the scene where Jennifer's arm goes up in the air and Patrick's hand comes down and she starts to giggle. She was really giggling. She was exhausted. And Patrick was really angry. He wanted to get the hell out of there. And I remember Emile saying, fight it, stay in it, don't break, don't quit, don't cut, do it again. And that he kept putting that arm up and coming down her arm. And she'd giggle and he'd roll his eyes back. And it was one of the most wonderful, delicate, powerful, honest moments in the film.
When you're tired, you know, kind of great things can happen too, because you're not controlling everything, you're not trying to make everything perfect or do it right, or you have this preconceived notion of how it's supposed to go. And when you're really, really strung out, you're really tired, other stuff happens because you're just broken down, because you can't stop laughing.
I mean, I'm really teaching her to dance, even though she had a phenomenal amount of talent. You know, I really do get frustrated when she's being silly and I'm trying to be serious and get her to learn something, you know. And she got frustrated with me, but it all was the kind of stuff that we had the camera rolling while we did it. So it really was like a slice of life.
Oh, I wouldn't rehearse the lift. Patrick would, oh, come on, let's practice the lift. And I don't want to. He goes, I never dropped a woman. I never dropped a woman. He would always tell me, I've never dropped a woman. And I said, well, yeah, we'll just wait.
Pour un film au style proche de la comédie musicale, un élément essentiel fait défaut, la bande-son. Pendant les répétitions et tout au long du tournage, les acteurs dansent sur les vieux 45 tours de la collection personnelle de Bergstein. Les responsables de Westrone se tournent vers Jimmy Yenner, qui a produit plusieurs albums et chansons pour l'ex-Beatle John Lennon et pour le groupe Three Dog Night. Yenner découvre avec surprise qu'il a un talentueux chanteur sous son nez, Patrick Swayze.
I said, you know, I got this song that just feels so perfect, you know, because it's a song about a guy who feels the person he's falling in love with is out of his league and would never even notice him.
She's like the wind. I was shocked that he did it. I couldn't believe that he did it. I didn't realize he was a singer on top of everything else.
I've Had the Time of My Life est écrite par Frankie Pruitt et John DeNicola, une chanson qui rend parfaitement l'atmosphère et l'émotion d'une romance estivale interdite.
So we took each other's hand, 'cause we seem to understand the urgency. Just remember, you're the one thing I can't get enough of.
I would have to say, when Jennifer and I do that last dance, it really was something, you know, because we both grown so far, and as actors, it was kind of like a graduation. You know, we came together and we knew we were hot.
I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
There is no reason for Cynthia to have to miss dancing, for Baby to learn to dance with Johnny, for Baby to fall in love with Johnny, for Baby to have an affair with Johnny, to Baby to dance with Johnny in front of her parents.
Le 16 août 1987, Dirty Dancing sort en salle.
It got adult reviewers instead of teenage reviewers, and so the first weekend we got adult audience.
3 semaines après sa sortie, Dirty Dancing dépasse la barre des 10 millions de dollars de recettes, le double de ce qu'il a coûté. Le film est numéro 1 au box-office et remporte un succès tout aussi grand à l'étranger. Le critique de cinéma du LA Times, Kevin Thomas, nous le confirme.
And the dancing was exciting and sexy and certainly energized the whole film, but it was about the couple.
Le bouche à oreille fait son effet. En novembre 87, Dirty Dancing est un succès incontesté aux États-Unis comme à l'étranger. Jennifer Grey et son partenaire à l'écran Patrick Swayze sont mis sous les projecteurs. Impossible pour eux d'y échapper. Le film remplit les salles de cinéma et les couples se précipitent dans les studios de danse pour reproduire la magie de Bébé et Johnny.
The dance teachers of America told me that their enrollment had increased 99% after the movie, and I think I couldn't get enough of sitting in theaters and seeing people dance up the aisles.
Have a young woman, a young girl, becoming a woman, feeling awkward, not liking herself, not, you know, feeling like she'll ever be a woman, not feeling like she'll ever be accepted, not feeling like she'll ever be able to make that transition. And then the transition happens, And it happens in a way that it happens for everyone, when you go from feeling like the ugly duckling to feeling like the beautiful swan.
En parallèle, les fans de musique se ruent chez leur disquaire pour acheter la bande originale du film. Frankie Privet co-signe la chanson phare du film I've Had the Time of My Life.
The movie comes out. Within 3 weeks, there's 300,000 records back-ordered. And RCA is like, holy cow, what's going on? Before they could get these records printed and release a single, there's 1 million records back-ordered.
Pour tirer profit au maximum de ce succès, les producteurs organisent une tournée avec Bill Medley et Eric Carmen. La chanson de Carmen, Hungry Eyes, est l'une des 3 chansons à atteindre le haut des charts.
Dirty Dancing tour, it was tragedy. Well, we played like 90 cities in 3 months, and we're all so exhausted we almost died.
The bloodsuckers that will try to do anything to get ahead, or anyway, we had like I think 5 different lawsuits of people suing us saying they wrote "She's Like the Wind," and I just kind of sat back and let them all do it, and they literally were able to stop our royalties coming in and everything. They got that far. Stacy and I did
movies with them again, together at the hotel, not at the hotel, in the city, at college. Movies with just Johnny, movies with just Baby. We tried every possible permutation, but ultimately no one was able to capture what Eleanor had captured.
Appeared with a master that we'd done quite a few years before, because we really wrote this song for a movie I did with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tommy Howell called Grandview, USA.
Les poursuites judiciaires sont abandonnées, mais les soucis de Patrick Swayze ne font que commencer.
So of course everybody was crazed to try to figure out a way to make a sequel.
Pour la scénariste Eleanor Bergstein, faire une suite à Dirty Dancing serait une grossière erreur.
I felt that people needed to experience Baby and Johnny, and that any sequel needed to be in real time, and that the really interesting story about what happened to them was later. That if you wanted to pick them up again, it would be later in time, that it was really wrong.
Mais Westron met la pression pour qu'une suite soit écrite et produite. Patrick Swayze a aussi la pression, mais pour d'autres raisons. On lui propose une grosse somme pour qu'il reprenne ce rôle de Johnny Castle, le professeur de danse têtu qui gagne le cœur de bébé Houseman.
Patrick turned down, I believe, $6 million and gave a statement to the Wall Street Journal. I always remember in an interview that said, we will never, never, never do this without Eleanor. She's the heart and soul of this, and we'll never do it without her. And I was so beholden to him because, it just made everything different.
Mais les retombées financières potentielles le sont. Il ne manque plus qu'à trouver une histoire. Les vice-présidents de Westron n'ont ni scénario, ni star et peu d'options.
Moment in these people's lives that this was about. This was about her coming of age. This was about her transition into womanhood. The truth that she was able to construct between these two was not something that any other writer, no matter how talented, could capture. And I respect that Eleanor knew that the right thing to do was leave the magic in the bottle and leave it alone.
En 88, les directeurs de programmation de CBS vont voir Canold et ses collègues de Westron pour leur proposer de lancer une série télé, Dirty Dancing. Mais il y a un hic. Les patrons de la chaîne veulent du sang neuf. La scénariste Eleanor Bergstein, le réalisateur Émile Ardolino et la productrice Linda Gottlieb ne sont même pas contactés pour le projet.
They didn't work with, and none of us were involved, and gave me an enormous amount of sorrow.
L'idole des adolescentes, Patrick Cassidy, est engagé pour interpréter Johnny. Les patrons de la chaîne s'inquiètent aussi du parti pris ethnique omniprésent.
The movie was about a Jewish girl meeting a non-Jewish guy, and the dynamics with their family and their cultures and their worlds coming together from different sides of the track. And really, that was something that CBS was nervous about at the time.
The television series took what was special about the movie and removed it. As a result,
Cassidy est associé à Melora Hardin. Aucun des deux acteurs n'est juif.
With the TV show, it all kind of blended together. People, the way it was cast and the storyline, you didn't have that same dynamic, and people were too similar. And so it was harder to care about the relationship.